Tell me how you know that you were, um, uh, or that that ISIS tried to recruit you. Like,
How do I know that?
yeah.
Because I got an email that was trying to recruit me to become an Islamic adherent. And I know from experience in other letters that if you follow it up, they keep getting more and more orthodox and then more and more radical. And I had
And
no desire to go through that process.
so you thought that you kind of you saw the end of the road that was trying to lead you down, and that end was basically being part of ISIS.
Recruit me for ISIS or Al Qaeda was one of that organizations.
What do you think they would have wanted you to do? Like, just kind of
Well,
be
if I was weak-minded, they would be able to have me do anything they wanted. And that's the trouble with some weak-minded individuals who are recruited into ISIS. They do. Like they had a 12,
yeah,
13-year kid
but I mean,
that blow himself up.
do you think recruit some Jewish lawyer from New York and California, and say, put a sword in your hand and say, okay, behead this guy now?
Uh, it takes time, but that's exactly what happened to an Englishman living in England who became the guy that beheaded them all. He actually was recruited, and he got more and more radicalized, and he thought he was doing the work of Allah.
But do you think that ISIS saw you as a good
It was
candidate
a
for that?
fishing expedition. They fish it out to 1 million people, and if they get 5 responses, that's 5 people that they can seriously work with. They're happy. It goes out automatically, depending on the responses of the individual. They see if they can have any prospects. With me, I made it clear that I was not a prospect, and I'm sure like many turned it down on the first
Do
day.
you think? Did you say anything that would have offended them?
Possibly.
Like what?
I explained to them that under the laws of biology, which I learned in high school and college, you can have the sperm from God. Okay, let's assume that has 23 DNA cells. There has to be 23 from Mary's ovaries and Mary's egg to meet God's 23. So Jesus could not possibly be more than Hercules, half God, or Thor, half God.
What?
He could not be a full God. So I agree with you, but he may be a half God. So I don't discount that possibility.
So
You
you're
do,
ba-
so we disagree on that.
so you're basically saying I'm way crazier than you guys already.
No,
And
I'm
they
way
get
more into
scared. I'm
science
just
than you
kidding.
guys are. It's all science is science. It doesn't change. That's the real laws of God. Science more important than the Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments are rules how we live by. Science is an absolute that we live by. You cannot defeat gravity right now with what you have. With a rocket ship, you can, but you can't do it as a human being. You know, there are laws that are immutable. These are God's laws. When we find out scientific laws, we find out what God set for the universe to be.
So,
That's the real laws
so
of
you
God.
just think God is another word
Science.
for science? That's cool.
Yeah. And I don't think they like that. They weren't going to work with me. They were afraid I would work too much with them.
Do you think you put yourself in any danger?
No. I may have gotten my machine hacked, which happened afterwards, but that may have been something they might have done in revenge. I don't know. But we have our machine destroyed. Got infected somehow with something. What I last I heard is that some hacker in Germany did it. I don't know anybody in Germany, so maybe that was ISIS. I have no idea.
Interesting.
That happened after my telling them off in a nice way. I was just using logic. You know, I try to explain mitosis and meiosis. You can't do that. They don't have any basic understanding of science and biology. You can't explain it to
Why
them.
would you even engage with
Because
ISIS
I wanted to explain
recruiters?
to them that this is the laws of science, and science is what rules
But-
us. So you have to accept it.
But,
Period.
or you could also just say delete spam and not do
Well,
that.
I didn't hear from them again.
All right.
It worked, but I told them. I'm sure they thought that I was somebody that was dangerous in the sense that I could recruit someone on their side. Like I did it when I had religious people come to my house and I had nothing better to do. I recruited somebody into being an atheist, which I shouldn't have done because he had a deadly disease and he was very much needing to believe in God. So I stopped when I saw that I was creating more harm than good, but I will always remember that.
Yeah, I remember that story.
So I don't try and recruit people anymore to anything. I just tell them the way it is and let them do their own thinking.